My name is Warren, and I'm just a kid like you. Or I was until I found evil Gargoyle's magic jewel. Then he tricked me, and I ran a spell. Now every time I sneeze, monster by mistake.
Hey guys, it's William. So I know I haven't uploaded a video in like 3 months, and I know that that's unacceptable, but I can explain my absence. I had to finish up several final projects for college, and I've been working on the final book in my series, The Blacktop Brothers, which is about 60% complete now. And also, I was doing research looking for Monster by Mistake. So you might remember that a few videos back, or several videos back, I did a top 10 favorite TV show list, and it consisted of mostly cartoons. Monster by Mistake was number 3. And I said that I thought it was not only the best 3D cartoon I ever saw, but the best cartoon about fantasy and secret identity ever made. And I don't know, I guess that a part of the factor would be is that it's been a lost treasure for a long time. You see, I remember I wasn't into 3D animation at the time when it came out. I was born in 1998, and so if you do the math, Monster by Mistake came out as a Halloween special in 1996 and then became a series in 1999 and progressed till either 2003 or 4. But my point is, I knew about the cartoon. Some days I wish I didn't, but I did, thanks to all the commercials about it, of course. And I have a lot of friends who knew about it too. But the thing is, I only saw either 1 or 2 episodes. And as much of a good memory as I have, the reason that I say either 1 or 2 is because when I came across one of the episodes that I uploaded onto my YouTube page, when Tracy soared into the air in the Home Alone episode, I felt like that was really familiar and I couldn't put my finger on it, so maybe I saw that episode as a kid as well. The other episode I saw was Tracy's Jacket. I really liked it. But enough about the episodes. Those 2 episodes were quite incredible, and I don't know, looking back, why I didn't watch more of the cartoon. Well, other than the 3D animation thing, but I mean, now I think that the animation is quite impressive. I mean, a lot of people would say that the animation's terrible, but I disagree. I feel like it really looks independent, and it looks low budget, it looks organic. But I guess one of the reasons I started loving Monster by Mistake, looking back, was because of the premise of turning into a 7-foot blue monster every time you sneezed. It seemed so much fun and so original, and had so much potential for different possibilities, as well as the Book of Spells. I didn't catch on to the Book of Spells when I was little. And another thing is, the animation was animated in a way that I recognized how they did a few things, and it inspired me to try out animation for my own. It was one of the factors that made me try to make my own animation movie called Michael Bay the New Member. And I know the animation is quite blobby, but I'm pretty impressed with it either way. Forgive me if I'm going off topic, but I've thought about Monster by Mistake for a long time. In fact, a few times whenever I sneezed, that thought came into mind. So I was looking at old cartoons about 3 years back, cartoons that I may have either missed or cartoons that I hadn't seen since I was a toddler. And Monster by Mistake came into mind, and so I YouTubed it. And the only videos I saw on it were the opening, the pilot episode, and an episode called Haunted House. I thought, huh? So I looked into it a little bit further, for the curious person I am, and that's when I discovered that Monster by Mistake is lost media. Now, I looked into it even further and I thought, okay, it has to be like 2006 or 2007 when it came off the air. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Maybe Monster by Mistake went off the air at a different time, but the point was, I loved the premise so much, and so I thought, this can't go to waste. I have to find these episodes ASAP. So I've been looking ever since, and as you know, this video is about me explaining my journey looking for the series, and the bumps and rockets I've come across, or bumps and advantages, I don't know. And also just what I found out and what I haven't found out. So at first I was a little stuck, because I wasn't sure if I had to contact anyone to eventually find them. But, I mean, I was busy working on the Blacktop Brothers 3 when I started digging around for Monster by Mistake, and I began learning a lot more about all the episodes, but I never really took the next step. Then one day, Monster on Purpose was uploaded, which was a season 3 episode, and I got so excited up until I realized that the YouTuber, who I am forever grateful for, had gotten it from a DVD. And then I found these episodes in Hebrew of Monster by Mistake, and a few of those are videos that I've posted in English, and some are currently lost media except in Hebrew. Like, for instance, there was the episode Live from Pickford and Gwyneth. Those episodes I can't find except in that language. But you know, my hunger for this series just was never ending. I couldn't be satisfied with the whole season 1. It was 52 episodes, and I was probably always going to be hungry for all the episodes until I found all 52. That's just the way brains work sometimes when you're desperate to find a cartoon. I guess I just felt like the idea that 52 episodes of these 20 minutes, that's like, let me see, 1,040 minutes total, or even more since all the episodes were 23 minutes. I just couldn't let it go to waste. And then I found Amoeba TV, which is the site where I got all the episodes that I've shown you. Now, if you go on the website, you'll notice that there are a few episodes that I haven't uploaded, such as the pilot episode in Monster and Haunted House. And I don't know why, but the Keep It Weird project deleted those 2 videos. But thankfully, those 2 episodes are on there if you still want to check them out. In fact, I might videotape them soon and re-upload them for you, because why not? There are also a few other episodes that I didn't upload because I was so joyful when I found this website. I don't know if you would be joyful in the same way, but like I said, I'm kind of a die-hard Monster by Mistake fan at this point. I don't know if you are either, but the point is, I felt like if I uploaded all of the episodes, then if someone else discovered the site and all the episodes were ones they had already seen from my account, they might end up a little disappointed. So I wanted to leave that sort of mystery for you. And if you want me to upload the rest of the episodes that are on there, then I can. But the point is, pretty much all of Season 1 is no longer lost media, but Season 2 and Season 3 kind of are. So, of course, Monster by Mistake was created by Catapult Productions, and I don't think they're still in business. And also by CCI, Cambium Catalyst International. And they're the creators behind a lot of other cartoons, like Erky Perky and Harry and His Bucket Full of Dinosaurs, but I'm not going to give you the full list. You can find that out for yourself, and to be honest, I haven't memorized it. But I also found out that there was a company called 9 Story Media Group that might have the cartoon. I was on their website and I found a few pictures that showed a bit of lost footage. And then 2016 came around, and I still hadn't called any of these companies, and I feel kind of ashamed looking back that I haven't looked until now. You see, for this cartoon, I felt like it was better off not knowing for a little while because of the hope that it could still be true, and I kind of thought that someone else would upload the episodes, or CCI would find out in time, but I basically dreaded contacting them because I was worried about rejection. I was worried that if it turned out that Monster by Mistake was lost media, period, I would dive into a big depression, and I'm sorry about my cowardice, if that's a word, until now, but I have contacted them, but that's a story a little while later. What happened next? Oh yeah, then 2 episodes from a YouTuber named Ian Kelly, Like Being Ian, uploaded 2 extra Monster by Mistake episodes, Pizza Day and Thin Ice. And the curious thing about that was, both of those episodes were in English, but their titles were in Portuguese, Monstro por Acaso, if that's the right way to pronounce it, as well as the episodes in Portuguese and Spanish. And I didn't think about that for a while. I thought maybe there's a company in Portugal that has them, or this Ian Kelly, whoever he is, has contacts. And I also, the Keep It Weird project, was trying to do YTV Retro, and Monster by Mistake was included in it. They were still looking for episodes, but I saw on their preview video that they had lost footage. I thought maybe I'd wait for them a while. We're going back on the timeline. It's all of a sudden not in chronological order anymore, but then they canceled and I realized it was all up to me. So then I went to school and I went into journalism. Not just to find Monster by Mistake, but it was one of the factors. And then in journalism, we got a project where we had to interview somebody. So I felt like this could be a big reason, a staple, that they could take me seriously if it was part of an assignment. We had to do research on something, find a question, and do an interview. So I thought, who better than Mark Meyerson? And Mark Meyerson, if you don't know, was the original creator of Monster by Mistake. And I had already done research on him like months and months back. And I gotta tell you, Monster by Mistake wasn't the best experience for him. You see, what I found out in his blog site, Meyerson on Animation, was that he wanted the original idea to be a kid with allergies, all of a sudden having some sort of sin. I'd say that might be a bit extreme, a way to say it, but he wanted turning into a monster whenever he sneezed to heighten this kid's disability, but also have the action and adventure that I love in the cartoon. But then the executive producer and this business associate during this meeting said, no, being a monster should be fun, and in seconds his idea went up in smoke. So he was pretty mad for quite a while in production, and then when he became a teacher at Sheridan College, which according to several sources, including me, from what I know, is the best animation school in Canada, and maybe the best animation school in the world, well, he all of a sudden wasn't mad anymore. So I decided, Sheridan College is not too far from the college I'm at, so I'm going to try to schedule an interview for him. So I sent him an email on his Sheridan College email, and I gotta tell you, my email was a bit sappy. I said that I adored his cartoon, and because of it I was teaching myself animation, and that I was thinking up a book series and a book of spells was included, which is not a lie. One of the series that I'm writing right now does have a book of spells thanks to him. But then the next morning he replied, and he told me information that I already did research on. He said that Monster by Mistake was a mixed experience for him, and he also said that he doesn't really want to do the interview because there are memories on it that he just doesn't want to go back on. So I was very depressed for a while. I thought maybe if my email was more professional, then he would have responded more. In fact, I replied to him almost immediately, even though I was terrified of what he would reply back. I said, yes, I understand that. I'm sorry, but I'm on a mission to find this cartoon. But he never replied back. I don't know if he's read it ever, but I realized I'm not gonna get information from him, so it was quite a bummer for a long time. So then I took a break from looking for Monster by Mistake for a while, and then in January I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try a company this time. I just am. So the first one I tried was 9 Story Media Group, and their company is in Toronto. But you see, I didn't want to just phone them just yet. I mean, I know I'm an introvert, but there's another reason for it. There have been phone calls I've made where I might end up missing the point, or they might say no too quickly. I was worried that if I didn't get the full message across first, then they would reject me immediately and never talk to me again. So what I wanted to do was first do an email. So what I did was, on their contact page it said that for info I could email info@9story.com. So that's what I did. I asked if there was anyone I could talk to for a few minutes about one of the cartoons they had on file. And I didn't get any responses from that, so then I tried their Facebook page, I tried messaging them more than once, and still no reply. So what I ended up doing was sending them snail mail. And then a week later, the receptionist answered at their email reception@9story.com. The receptionist's name was Randy, and she said that 9story Media Group does not at the moment accept tours, and that if I wanted more information, I could go to their career page. It was like, I guess she read my letter too fast and thought that I wanted a job or something. So I immediately replied back saying, no, it's about Monster by Mistake. I gave a thorough email without making it too long, I don't think. And Randy said that automatically, like an hour later, that she would send my concerns to 9story's development team. So I was ecstatic and very excited. But 2 weeks passed and I hadn't heard anything. I even paid attention to my phone, in which I left my phone number in that email too. But so I asked Randy again 2 weeks later, and then she said she would send my concerns to the development team again, but she suggested that I go shop for the cartoon.